Alright, I thought I want to look at graphs of the money supply today, and my thinking is if I'm going to do that anyway, let's make a video about it. So here it is. So this is the graph of the total assets owned by the Federal Reserve, and this is the graph of the monetary base, which is essentially all things that could be considered money. Of course, it's just one measure of the money supply, but it's the largest and broadest measure, so that's one unique feature about this measure of the money supply. And you can see it's pretty correlated. There was a huge increase in the total money supply after 2008, and again after the coronavirus. Back in 2008, this didn't really cause inflation because the money didn't really get into the hands of ordinary consumers. It just sat collecting dust in obscure financial bank accounts. I mean, I suppose some of this money could have possibly inflated asset prices, but it was just after an asset price bubble burst, so it didn't really do much in that area either. In addition to that, while the federal government was running large deficits, other countries were willing to finance and roll over that debt so the government could get funding until it was able to the government was able to reduce its deficit. In addition to that, the government was able to bring its budget more toward balance, decreasing the issues on that front. And this was during a time when China was integrating into the global economy, acting as a huge disinflationary sink, where now China is out of new labor to put into its export sector, and wages in China are much higher than they were a while ago. So that disinflationary force is spent. And these are a number of reasons why there's much more inflationary pressure now than there was after the 2008 crisis. So here's another graph. This is an increase. This is the graph of the annual increase in the money supply of both M1 and M2. As you can see, until 2020, it's been consistently around 5% a year. So while the monetary base increased substantially, the M2 money supply did not increase that much during this period. As you can see, the total M2 money supply increased steadily at the same pace it always had throughout the decades after 2008, but in 2020 it suddenly increases a lot more than that. And again, during 2000, much more of our debt was bought by foreign countries, which were willing to finance it, and therefore the deficit spending was less inflationary, and that gave the government time to make the budget more balanced, and for the Fed to start raising interest rates fervor, which makes things different from today. So I guess that's it for the video.